460 Aelia Eudocia Athenais, Athenian-born Empress of the Eastern Roman Empire, consort of Theodosius II, and poet, dies at about 60. In 1139 Henry X the Trotse, Duke of Bayonne 1126-38, dies. In 1187 Urban Roman III Umberto Crivelli, Italian Pope 1185-87, dies. In 1274 Engelbert II of Falkenburg, Archbishop of Cologne, dies. In 1438 Jacopo di Piero della Quercia, Italian sculptor, dies at about 64. In 1525 Joannes Custos, Dutch humanist, dies at about 50. In 1570 João de Barros, Portuguese historian b. 1496. In 1631 Michael Maestlin, German astronomer and mathematician, teacher of Johannes Kepler, dies at 81. In 1640 John Ball, English Puritan clergyman and author of short catechismi, containing all the principal grounds of religion, dies at about 55. In 1652 Antonio Coello, Spanish writer and dramatist b. 1611. In 1676 Christopher Gibbons, British composer, dies at 61. In 1713 Archibald Pitcairne, Scottish physician and poet, dies at 60. In 1765 William Augustus, Duke of Cumberland, English Supreme Commander, dies at 44. In 1794 James Adam, Scottish architect and furniture designer, partnership with brother Robert Adam, dies at about 64. In 1819 Lambert-Francois Godecharle, Belgian composer and singer, dies at 66. In 1842 Grace Starling, English lighthouse keeper's daughter and heroine who saved shipwreck survivors, dies of tuberculosis at 26. In 1864 Stephen Dodson Ramseur, American Major General Confederate Army, dies at 27. In 1865 Champ Ferguson, American Confederate guerrilla, found guilty of war crimes during U.S. Civil War, executed and hung at 43. In 1870 Michael William Balfe, Irish violinist and composer of the Bohemian Girl, dies at 62. In 1876 Jeronimo de Bosch Kemper, Dutch sociologist and historian, dies at 68. In 1882 Olegario Victor Andrade, Argentine poet El Upper Perdedor, dies at 41. English explorer and translator Arabian Nights, dies at 69. In 1894 James Anthony Froude, English historian and novelist The Nemesis of Faith, dies at 76. In 1896 Félix Tisserand, French astronomer who updated Laplace's standard work on astronomy, dies at 51. In 1900 Charles Dudley Warner, American novelist as we go, dies at 70. In 1900 Naim Frashëri, Albanian poet and writer, dies at 54. In 1904 Henry Hiles, English organist and composer, dies at 77. In 1906 William Buck Ewing, American Baseball HOF catcher NL home run leader 1883 NY Giants, Cincinnati Reds, and manager NY Giants, Cincinnati Reds, dies of diabetes at 67. In 1907 Said Pasha Kurd, Kurdish statesman B.1834. In 1910 David B. Hill, American politician and governor of New York 1885-91, dies at 67. In 1913 Daniel David Palmer, Canadian founder of chiropractic 1897 Palmer School of Chiropractic, dies of typhoid fever at 68. In 1913 Leander Schlegel, Dutch composer and pianist, dies at 69. In 1926 Eugene V. Debs, American labor leader and socialist presidential candidate, dies at 70. In 1927 Mikhail Ivanov, Russian composer, dies at 78. In 1928 Mary Ingalls, sister of American author Laura Ingalls Wilder Little House on the Prairie, dies at 63. In 1929 Jos Battle Ordez, President of Uruguay 1899, 1903-7, 1911-15, dies at 73. In 1929 Rudolf Kittel, German theologist Psalms, dies at 76. In 1931, M. Newell Moar, Hungarian composer, pianist, and inventor of musical instruments, dies at 68. In 1935, Adolphus Washington Greely, American Arctic explorer and recipient of the Medal of Honor, dies at 91. In 1936, Anne Sullivan Johannes Maestlin, American teacher who educated Helen Keller, dies at 70. In 1940, Gunnar Asplund, Swedish modernist architect, the Woodland Crematorium, dies at 55. In 1941, Ken Vans, English cricket fast bowler, 15 tests, 60 wickets, BP 696, Essex CCC, Cambridge University CC, dies in a plane crash during a WW2 night flying exercise at 30. In 1940, May Robson, Australian-born actress, stars born Reckless, dies at 84. In 1944, Gabriel Grofles, French pianist, conductor Opéra de Paris, 1914-34, and composer L'Almanach aux Images, dies at 65. In 1950, Henry L. Stimson, American statesman, 46th United States Secretary of State, dies at 83. In 1952, Basil Radford, British actor, The Lady Vanishes, Whiskey Galore, Night Train, dies from a heart attack at 55. In 1953, Werner Bornbach, German bomber pilot, Luftwaffe Special Bombing Unit, WW2, dies in a plane accident at 36. In 1954, Wilbur Schur, American auto racer, Indianapolis 500, 1937, 39, 40, Motorsports Hall of Fame of America, 1991, dies in an airplane crash at 51. In 1955, Aino Roihar, Finnish pianist, composer, and musicologist, dies at 51. In 1957, Jack Buchanan, British theatre and film actor, singer, dancer, and producer, The Bandwagon, dies from spinal cancer at 66. In 1959, Werner Cross, German actor, Joyless Street, dies at 75b. 1884. In 1964, Ben Simpson, Canadian football HOF running back, Playska Queen S University, Hamilton Tigers, dies at 86. In 1967, Shigeru Yoshida, Japanese politician and diplomat, Prime Minister of Japan, 1946-54, dies at 89. In 1968, Bud Flanagan, Chaim Reuben Weintraub, English comedian duo with Chestnut Alley, dies at 72. In 1968, Lightfoot Solomon McCox, African-American TV preacher, dies at 84. In 1970, Patrick Wymark Cheeseman, British actor, Skull, Tomb of Ligeia, dies of a heart attack at 44. In 1972, Harlow Shapley, American astronomer, Sun's position in galaxy, dies at 86. In 1977, Cassie Gaines, American rock singer, Lynyrd Skynyrd, dies in a plane crash at 29. In 1977, Ronnie Van Zant, American rock musician, Lynyrd Skynyrd, dies in a plane crash at 29. In 1977, Steve Gaines, American rock vocalist and guitarist, Lynyrd Skynyrd, dies in a plane crash at 28. In 1981, Mary Chase, American playwright, journalist, and children's novelist, Harvey